Dressed in their finest, the Mavs as they came through the tunnel earlier on, ready to give their faithful fans plenty to cheer about tonight. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Glad you're here with us tonight for this Monday night presentation. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge joins us from the sideline. And the upcoming schedule for the Mavericks. On Wednesday, they'll defend home court against the Chicago Bulls. And then on Friday, it'll be the Phoenix Suns coming into town.
And for that game against the Warriors, that's a contest that I'm keeping an eye on. Early on, you love to see games like that one, which should be full of interesting matchups.
Here's the starting group for the Indiana Pacers. Abdul-Jabbar is out there with Hayes. Then there's Marion. Then it's Thomas. And it's Chenier in at the 2-guard. And for the Mavericks, they've got Porzingis, Doncic out there with Devin Booker. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Hill in at the small forward. All the talk, Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
And that foul's called on Grant Hill. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Hayes. Here's Chenier. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Marion. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Now, Doncic. Giannis' screen on Thomas. Doncic passes to Giannis. And the basket is good.
Superb initiative from Antetokounmpo. I mean, that may be something we overlook, but being able to take that initiative allows him to be a real menace when he's rolling to the rim after a pick.
And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. Here's Chenier. In the game against New Orleans, very impressive.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
Antetokounmpo, a screen on Thomas. Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
And the first one at the line is good. And Clark, it's hard to compare Luka Doncic to any other player we've seen before.
I would certainly agree with that. Ditto to that, Kevin, because he is unique. His pace is never hurried. He never gets rattled. He complains to officials a little bit more than I'd like to see, but he's strong, he's got great touch and feel, and he scores at all 3 levels, and he's a brilliant passer.
That one misses. And with their offensive firepower, have the Pacers, Clark, maxed out at that end of the floor?
There's still a lot of room for this team to grow offensively, Kevin. A low rate of free throws is something they can improve on, and a relatively low rate of threes and offensive boards. Those are areas that can get better. I think there's another level they have to reach yet.
So it's the Mavericks now. The Pacers making the shot. Doncic. It's rebounded by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Thomas passes to Chenier. Driving inside. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Yeah, finding the weakness in the defense. That's the court savvy of Thomas at work.
Here's Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Here's Hayes. The Mavericks making the shot. Over Giannis. Hayes dishes to Abdul-Jabbar. Nice D from Porzingis.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
And Giannis hits it to go on the assist by Porzingis. Giannis has got his second basket. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Pass to Chenier. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Thomas sets a screen for Abdul-Jabbar. To the left wing. And Hayes kicks to Thomas. Just 4 to shoot. Indiana needs to get a shot off. The shot's good from Hayes.
Only one miss in the first 5 attempts. Clearly feeling it.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Well, let's take a look at last year's top scorers. Number 1, Luka Doncic. Second, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And what an option either of those two guys give you. They're both excellent safety valves when an offense is struggling.
Doncic with it. Now, Thomas defending. And the dunk by Porzingis.
You know, what makes Porzingis a nightmare matchup, guys, is his size, skill, and agility.
And so it's Indiana with it. And this matchup with the Mavericks, it's the first meeting of the season.
Yeah, and a bit of a revenge game for them as they were swept in the 2-game season series from last year.
And, you know, they might not be in the same conference, but as with any top team, they want to show they can compete with the best teams out of conference, too.
Here's Doncic after Kareem Abdul-Jabbar scored. Comes up empty down low.
Well, at least he had the presence of mind to change his shot when the defense got on him. You got to improvise sometimes.
Offensive rebound outside for Thomas. No good on the 3. And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. Trailing by 2. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
In that one, they owned the backboards. Most of the second chance opportunities went to them.
Plenty of heart and hustle in that regard. I mean, they made sure to hit the glass hard and often.
Count that bucket.
Boy, Thomas getting exactly what he wanted there. That's a high percentage look for him. Really nice looking stroke.
Antetokounmpo, a screen on Thomas. And it's blocked. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. A nice shot by Chenier. Chenier's got 8 points.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possession.
And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
How about the flash by Antetokounmpo? I mean, just an insanely talented athlete who loves to punish that rim.
And that's life above the rim, courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And the Pacers with possession here. The Mavericks making the shot. Thomas up top. Guarded by Doncic. Pass to Chenier. Spins. Down low. Out to Marion. Lets it go with a 3. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Now Porzingis, Abdul-Jabbar covering. Here's Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Abdul-Jabbar. Hill into the lane.
Yeah, that says it all right there. Grant Hill finishing the drive with some thunder. When he's moving at full speed, boy, it looks like he can fly.
Indiana leading. Inside. It's deflected. Porzingis with the steal. The drive by Doncic. It's good. This game is all even. Doncic has got his second bucket tonight.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Now here's Marion. Hasn't made one yet. Here he goes. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Marion passes to Thomas. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It goes on Devin Booker.
Even against tough defense, Thomas is never fazed. He's fearless in going against contact.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. free throw good, Thomas. Here we are, Greg, looking at early returns from these teams. It's pretty revealing.
Yeah, the first few games of the season quickly tell you what you're good at. And they tell you also what you need to work on.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Holmgren comes in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Finley in for Hill. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
You know, Thomas plays the game with such an edge and attitude and great confidence, and I think that gives him an edge out there on the court. He's always willing to go the extra mile.
Finley the pass to Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Hey, guys, this is going to be fun now. I mean, we've got ourselves a shootout on tap here.
Here's Ginobili following the score by Dallas. Outside Thomas. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Abdul-Jabbar's got his second basket of the game.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an edge.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Marcus Camby, he's checked in for Dallas. Johnson comes in for Doncic. And the Mavericks with possession here. They trail by 1. Camby a screen on Thomas. Johnson dishes to Booker. Pass to Finley. Back to Booker. Just 5 on the clock. To the middle. Camby kicks to Johnson. That 3 off the mark.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Here's McDyess. Kicks it out to Ginobili. From past the arc. Offensive rebound. Pass to McDyess. And it's out of bounds and last touch by Holmgren.
Already set the Summer League record for blocks in his first game. Holmgren, one of the best young shot blockers in the league.
Lets a floater go. And here's McDyess. Ginobili right side. Camby with the block. Here's Finley. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Here's Ginobili. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
Nice move by Ginobili inside, making his way around the contact, drawing the foul and getting the hoop.
Here's Johnson. Here's Camby. That's in there. Johnson with the assist.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Here's Ginobili following the basket made by Marcus Camby. Nice D from Camby.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. A nice shot by Young.
And that's just too easy for Young. The D has to guard him a lot better than that beyond the arc.
Here's Johnson. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
It looked like that was going to be blocked, but then he pulled the Houdini act and flipped it in for the score.
Now, here is Young. Puts up a deep 3. That one doesn't go. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Indiana out in front. They lead by 2. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we have seen from Indiana. What do you think?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.